Hello and happy Friday. Most importantly, happy October. New month, new goals, new intentions, new manifestations. So, this is great. So, I just want to thank you for joining me on this, let's see, Freedom Friday? I don't know what it's called, but hey, Freedom Friday, we'll just say that. So, my name is Denise Solomon, and if you don't know, I am a licensed mental health counselor here at Grow, Empower, and Transform Therapy. And today I want to talk about silence. I want to talk about silence. Silence is when you're prevented from speaking or when there's just no sound coming from you at all. And with regards to silence, it is very, very imperative that when we teach our children to speak, we really teach our children to speak. And we teach our children when to be silent. Because as the children grow up, they need to learn how to communicate outside of the home and communicate inside of the home. There are many clients that come in to see me who have issues with communication because in the home they weren't allowed to. I was one of those parents who taught my daughter how to speak and then for a long time tried to teach her how not to speak because in my mind I thought she was talking too much. Why? Why? This. Hey, look at this. Look at this. Hey, look what I learned. Hey, look what all of that. And so, as a parent, when I was growing up and maturing, I was like, oh man, like this is like, just be quiet for a minute. But not realizing that I was really silencing her. And it wasn't until, I had to learn that. I actually learned that from church. So, I'm so glad for my church, New Life Powerhouse, Church of God, Pastor Katie Haynes, aka the Poetic Pastor. I really did learn that from church that it is very important to allow our children to speak because when they get outside of the home, they really need to learn how to communicate and stand up for themselves. Also, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And if you don't know, I was in that situation. I was in an abusive relationship. And when it starts off, it does not start off physical. So, one, it does not start off physical. In my case, it didn't. I'll say that. In my case, it wasn't physical at all. It was very little. It was very subtle. There was a grooming period. And these individuals, the abusers, they have had decades of practice. And what practice makes perfect when you're perfecting your craft in whatever you do. Not knowing this, I stayed in that situation. I was there in that situation for 10 years. Very long time to be in that situation. I was blessed to make it out that situation alive. Not many females do. And in our society, we learn to blame the females. We learn to look at her, what is wrong with her? Why can't she just leave? Why is she staying there so long? Why would she put her children through that? What's going on in her mind? Where's her family? So it's not always as simple as you see it if you've never been in that situation at all. I haven't heard society much say anything about the man. What is wrong with that man? Did anybody teach him how to express themselves? Did anybody teach him this, that, or the other? And for those answers, it's no. Because in our society, we don't teach men to talk and express themselves. We teach them to be quiet. If you speak, you're a sissy. That's not for men. Real men don't cry. Real men don't share their feelings. Flag on the play. Real men do. Or they come and see me and they want to know how do they express themselves. We expect our children in our society. This is what we say. Hey, don't date. You don't need a man. You don't need a girl. You don't need a boyfriend. You don't need a girlfriend. But then after a certain age, when are you going to get married and have children? There's a whole... where's that? Where's that in between? You go from one extreme to the other. It doesn't work. It is very important that as parents and as adults, we teach the children how to express themselves and we teach them how to put up boundaries. And we teach them about healthy and unhealthy relationships. If I was taught about a healthy and unhealthy relationship, I wouldn't have been in that situation for 10 years. When I got out of that situation, I was able to teach my daughter what to look for. I had her teach her friends what to look for. I told any and everybody what to look for. Like, it's cool that you want to spend time with someone because you're getting to know them and it's a new relationship, but it's not cool to spend all of your time totally with that person. It's not cool for that person to make you feel guilty for wanting to spend time with your friends or family. It's not it. I can go on and on, but today we're really going to discuss silence. I'll do that for another video. With silence, it is it's hard to speak up, because when you grow up believing that your words do not matter, your feelings do not matter, you take that everywhere you go. You take that at work, you take that to school, you take that in each and every relationship. So you're always apologizing for speaking. You're always second guessing, should I say this or should I say that? You're wondering, oh, should I forgive? Okay, I think I should forgive. But there's a difference between forgiving and being taken advantage of. And we have to learn that. And now that we know better, we are doing better. I'm not saying teach your children to go out and be disrespectful to adults. No, there's a time and a place to be silent. There is. Teach your children. Speak with them in the home, because that interaction with you in the home is the first interaction they have with an adult. Allow them to express themselves. Allow them to be upset. Allow them to ask questions. I'm not saying allow them to, I don't know why we can't just get the Xbox. I mean, you got money outside. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. But just sit them down and allow them to ask questions. Teach them in a healthy manner. Teach them how to go back and forth. And afterwards, you say, "Hey, this is what a conversation is like, and this is how you ask questions." Because if we're teaching our children to be quiet when they get older, and in these situations they're scared, they're nervous. Well, I don't think I should say this. Well, I don't know if I should stand up for myself. I don't know if I should put these boundaries in place. I don't know what to say. Am I going to say something wrong? So I might as well not say something at all. You know what? I'll just be quiet and I'll just let them do this and I'll let them do that, because that's what I see in the home and this is how we grew up. Silence is not always great. Silence is not always great. Sometimes silence can be hard. Sometimes silence can be difficult. When I was in that situation, it was difficult asking my friends for help, because being in school to be a counselor, I was really hard on myself, wondering how can I let myself get in this situation. But again, I didn't know until I knew. So I thank God for putting those people in my life that was able to help me and able to speak to me. And me and my daughter were able to get out that situation. And again, we're blessed to get out alive, because not everybody make it out alive. And I never went back into that situation. For me, I was strong enough at that point not to go back into that situation. Everybody is not strong enough to do that. There are individuals out there who's looking at, well, wow, I burned the bridges with my family and friends because the manipulator have set fires there, so now I have nobody to turn to. Or the manipulator knows where all the shelters are, so now I have nowhere to go. If you are in that situation, or you know somebody in that situation, don't just cut them off completely. Continue to just be that person. Hey, you can go ahead and call me. Hey, just continue to check on them, because you never know when that person will reach out and say, I'm ready. Can you come right now? Can you call someone right now? I need to be picked up. So that was scary. And I'm so glad that my friends allowed me to stay with them for that period of time. We were homeless. And I sent my daughter to live in New York with my family, so she wouldn't have to experience that homeless life. Yes, it's hard, guys. It's hard, and it's difficult even getting out of that situation. And again, I'm so glad I'm out alive. And forgive yourself. If you have done something, or you've been in a situation, forgive yourself, because you don't know what you don't know. Forgive yourself. If God can forgive us, why can't we forgive ourselves? I forgive myself for being in that situation, for not getting out that situation sooner, and for not making the right choices. Forgive yourself. Find a way to be proud of yourself, and don't forget to love yourself. Because we're taking back the freedom. We're no longer being silent. We're going to speak. I'm not saying to go out and just confront everybody in a hostile or negative way, but really take a step back and really think about some things before you say something, or really just think about some things. Being married, my husband taught me that you don't always have to have an answer right away. You really have to think about it because you want to give thought into whatever conversation you're having. Now, if you're having fun and you're having a quick conversation, cool. If you're having a serious conversation, really take some time to think about your answer before you say it. Just take some time to think about it. Again, I'm not saying silence is totally bad, because there are times and moments where we need to be silent to think for ourselves, or we need to sit in silence and meditate. But I don't want you to be taken advantage of, and I don't want you to be silent because you're scared to say something, to speak up for yourself, and to speak out. So this is what I have, Freedom Friday. And I just want you guys to know to forgive yourself, love yourself, and find a way to be proud of yourself. So again, if you need help, you can reach out to me. If you don't want to talk to me, I have many friends who are also therapists. I'm here to help. So whatever I can do, just let me know. And I'll be speaking more on this topic. I'll be on a podcast through Instagram next weekend, October 10th. I believe it's at 4 p.m. So when I get the details, I'll let you know, because this is a topic that many of us really need to know about. I'll do another video on healthy relationships and unhealthy relationships, because there are different red flags I would like everybody to know and look for. So these healthy and unhealthy relationships, siblings, parents, family members, work environments, peers, anything, any relationship that you have can either be healthy or unhealthy. And it's okay to look at these red flags, and it is okay to put boundaries in place. And no, the word no is a complete sentence, period. It is a complete sentence. And just because you are somebody's child does not mean that you have to be treated as a child, especially if you're grown. Again, a lot of my clients come in to see me for that situation. So parents, I have a 19-year-old. She's grown up to be a young adult. I cannot continuously treat her like a child. We can't continue to treat our adult children like they are 2 and 3 years old. It's okay to call her a baby because she's my baby. It's okay, and she's my favorite. She's the only one, that's why she's my favorite. But there's a certain point where I have to teach her how to make decisions on her own, how to be an adult, and how to speak with people, and how to do that. And it's okay. I cannot say because she's 18 she should know. There are certain situations she's never been in before that I have. So I'm able to just impart some wisdom and knowledge in her. I'd rather her ask me than to get it from her friends or these songs or videos. We see what's out here on social media, and we see how some of these children are acting because of that. So again, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. So again, my name is Denise Solomon. I am a therapist here with Grow, Empower, and Transform Therapy. So reach out to me if you need to talk to me, or if you want to talk to someone else. Let me know so I can hook you up and just put you in the right direction. So thanks for tuning in. Freedom Friday. Love yourself. Be proud of yourself. And most of all, forgive yourself. And so have a good day.